Hello and good evening from dark and rainy Hamburg. It's been so long since I last came on here and uploaded my last video. In the meantime, so much stuff has happened. As you can see, the background has changed. I moved to a new city 2 years ago. I live in Hamburg now. And earlier this year, I became an official Ibanez artist. I've been playing some gigs, and yeah, stuff has been going on this year. And now I will go on tour. I will join Induction on their current European tour with Stratovarius and Sonata Arctica from Finland. The tour is going on right now. Obviously, I am not on the tour just yet. I will join later on the 4th in Thessaloniki, where their current guitar player George, shout out to you, will play his last show, and then there will be a travel day, and I will play the remaining 5 shows with them. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to take you guys with me in the process of the preparation, because there's so much that needs to be done so that everything will go well. There will be no rehearsals, so I really have to prepare the songs. That's what I've been doing the past couple of weeks. And yeah, it's been fun. I really love the songs. It's great power metal with a lot of double bass, a lot of great riffs, and I also have some solos. And yeah, it's so much fun. It's almost all played on a 7-string. So yeah, it's been great fun. I received the 2 guitars that I will be using for everything regarding Induction. I received them yesterday from Ibanez, and yeah, let's check out the 2 guitars, I'd say. Alright, let's start with this one. This is an Ibanez RGT 1221 with a fixed bridge. It's a premium model, and it will be used for one song only, and also the only 6-string that I will be using, because the other songs will be played on a 7-string. I will use this guitar for Queen of Light because the song is in drop C, therefore I needed a guitar that is also in drop C. I went for 11 gauge strings for this tuning, 11 to 52 actually. Usually when I'm in standard tuning I play 10 to 46, so 11 to 52 was a great option for this tuning. And so far I really like the guitar. I like the neck. If I'm correct, it has a Super Wizard HP neck, and yeah, it's really lightweight, feels great, and I'm looking forward to using it for Queen of Light. Okay, let's move on to this one. This will be my main guitar on the tour and everything else regarding Induction. It's an RG8527. It's a J custom model, made in Japan obviously, and it almost doesn't get any better than that. It's such great quality. You can really feel that this is a high-end guitar, and I feel so honored that I may use it. So thank you so much again for sending this beautiful thing over to me. I went for 10 gauge strings because I was contemplating going to 11s. I'm tuned to B flat, which is 1/2 step down. So I was thinking, should I move up 1 gauge? Because I do get along well with guitars tuned to E flat that have 11 gauge strings on them. But yeah, I really like the 10 gauge as well. The 7-string is a 62, however, which is a bit thicker than most standard 7-string string sets. On my other 7-string I have a 64, but 62 will do just fine. And yeah, so far I have been enjoying this guitar a lot. Okay, so I am in my workspace right now. I will practice some more tonight, and I will show you the tools that I use for practice and how I approach the songs, how I learned the song. I try to have a plan, just an approach when I'm like, okay, I have to learn the song now. But I am really bad at structuring things. So the end goal is just to have the song down. And I try to do that by listening to the song, obviously. So I have listened to their songs a lot, so I know them really well already, just by listening. And yeah, usually I start the song on my computer and I try to figure it out. But I do take some notes as well. For example, if there are sections with only chords, so I write the chords down that I can learn by heart later, just so I have them written down already, which also helps with memory. And yeah, I try to figure out the riffs, get them up to speed. I don't have a plan or anything. I just, the end goal is to have the songs down in time. So yeah, let's check out the tools that I use and my method. Okay, here's what I got from Tim. He sent me the masters of all the songs, but also the separate stems of the different songs. For example, if I go to Born from Fire, there are the stems of the main guitars, for example, that I can hear guitar well enough. Wait. So usually I go there first to hear exactly what the guitar is playing, because I am learning everything by ear, which is a great way to train your ear. It is so important in my eyes to have a good ear, and it gets easier the more you do it. So I am pretty much used to learning a lot by ear. When I didn't have my touring guitars yet, I was practicing on my other guitars, which are all in standard tuning. So what I did was tune up the songs, because we are tuned half step down. So what I did was pitch it up 1/2 step using any tune, which is a tool I often use for practice, because it allows you to change pitch, to change the speed. So I loaded all the files into this program, and you can make different sections. That's what I do in general. I highlight the different sections that when I get up to speed, I slow them down. And for some songs, I divided the songs into different sections so that they're easier to remember. So I'm like, okay, I want to memorize this section now. So I was like, okay, this is like verse, chorus, riff, whatever, solo. And yeah, this is when I have the song pretty much, when I figured out all the parts. Like I said, when I first listened to it, I try to make sections. I'm like, okay, here's one section that I want to figure out, so I focus on that. And I will go back and forth between the master, which is just the song. I've pitched it up 1.5 step, which I don't have to do anymore because I have my guitars in the correct tuning. So yes, I use any tune for everything, and I try to figure it out. Like I said, I go back and forth between the song and and the guitar file for it if I cannot hear everything exactly, or for example the harmonies. In this song there are some harmonies that I had to learn. That's where the guitar stem was really helpful for. And yeah, here are some messy notes. Scorched is the last song that I worked on. I tried to write down the structure, like this is very cryptic language because I am the only one that has to understand it. I wrote down, yeah, chords, riffs. Obviously you have to know the riff. I didn't really transcribe it. This is a bit messier. This is Amber's. So yeah, this is really messy because the song was pretty fast, and I tried to write it down at the same time. So here, this is the outro section, and this means alternate picking, palm muting, so I kind of know what I mean by that. And like I said, I am the only one that has to understand it. This is Pay the Price, another song that I really like, but I don't think it will be in the set that we will be playing. Yes, very, very messy. When I came home one night from a show, I actually put in my notes into a very pretty looking sheet, and every professional arranger would probably say it's very wrong. But it makes sense to me, and so far I have gone back to it to you know, if here's a little run that I didn't exactly remember, but I had figured it out, and I just checked it again, so it was really helpful. Like I said, I am the only person that has to understand it, and to me it makes sense. I know what I meant by it, and I also think it looks really pretty. I am planning to put in this into a very pretty sheet as well, but only if I have time, because like I said, it's great if I forget, for example, the exact notes of the run, so I can check it again, or just structure and the chords. And yeah, that's kind of my process so far. I have 2 more songs to learn, then I will be ready for the tour. Like I said, I am almost done figuring out the songs in terms of structure, in terms of riffs, in terms of chords. So I kind of have it memorized already, and now I will have to practice it, of course, because some things are not tight enough, or there are some technique things. I need to remember some stuff better to have access to it in stressful moments when I get nervous, obviously. And I have to practice them in terms of technique, because I am playing a lot of rhythm guitar, a lot of many riffs, which requires some technique. And what I did was I try to divide my practice sessions into either memorizing stuff, or like either memorizing stuff and figuring out stuff, and something that I call sport. And what I mean by that is basically just technique that doesn't really require much thinking in terms of I have to remember it now. It's just pure technique. And I wrote it down on my phone. I made a little note with every song, and what there is in every song that might require extra practice, or like I said, sport. For example, fast picking that I need to practice, and that I need to keep up to speed in order to play the songs well enough, and not get tired if there will be fast sections, or if there is a rhythm part that might require some galloping rhythm stuff. So I did that for every song that I have learned so far, and first song was the first song I learned actually, and the one I auditioned with, it was Queen of Light, and in that song there's the main riff. It's pretty fast, and I wanted to get the picking pretty tight, so that's when I say sport, I'm like, okay, Queen of Light, what will I practice here? Main riff. So then I start with the main riff and I try to tighten it up. I try to pick really well, and wait. Wrong tuning now, obviously, because I will play Queen of Light on the other guitar. But if I'm only doing technique, I will sometimes get a metronome and just go like I just played the main riff, but sometimes if I want to have it tighter, I will just go with the metronome and just go like. So just basically an endless loop of the riff and the picking, or so something like that. Just pure technique, not really following the song, just trying to get my picking as good as it can be. Obviously I'm not warmed up right now, so yeah, picking might be a little sloppy. Or for example, in Queen of Light, in the bridge there is some rhythm, like I called it bridge tight picking, that I need to work on, which is like something like that. And yeah, like I said, I'm not following the chords, it's just about the picking. I try to follow the pattern of the picking and just tighten it up. And then the next song on my list is Ambers. For example, I have here the intro riff on here that requires some extra remembering that I don't really memorize that well. Or in Ambers, there are some sections in the chorus where there's a lot of fast tremolo picking that just follows the double kicks, and I also set my metronome for that, and then I just go like yeah, sorry, like I said, I'm not warmed up. Or for example, I will do just basic picking stuff. For example, pick one note. Which is basically just sport that I need for this song, so my right hand needs to keep up. And yeah, that's for Ambers. Born from Fire, I wrote down main riff, verse, picking, like so just so that the picking is very tight. Most stuff is about picking and good rhythm playing that I want. And also the solos. I have a solo in Queen of Light, I have a solo in Born from Fire. So these kind of things also require extra practice with, sometimes with a metronome, sometimes I just slow it down and try to get it up to speed. But usually the metronome helps the most because I prefer practicing it to any tune. For example, the tool I showed you earlier, where I just slow it down and keep speeding it up. But when I wear headphones, it's more fun with the song, obviously, but when I wear headphones, I don't hear everything. So with the metronome, it helps to really get it clean, and it's not fun. I get distracted easily when I just do straight metronome practice, but it helps when I really want to clean something up. So that was my practice routine, my preparation routine for the upcoming tour with Induction, currently on tour with Stratovarius and Sonata Arctica. You can go check out the exact tour dates on their Instagram page, and maybe I will see one of you at the show. And yeah, I will end this video with some more practice clips and some more riffs of my favorite sections that I enjoyed learning and that I enjoyed practicing. Can't wait to go on tour. Thank you for watching, thanks for checking out, and see you soon. Full speed. Okay, so full speed now. Let's fail. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Almost. See, this is why we practice, and I'm glad that it happens now so that it will not happen next month. Let's try this one more time, full speed. Alright, you haven't heard this guitar so far, which I will be using for Queen of Light. It is in drop C. It feels pretty tiny compared to the 7th string, but still very fun. Let's try some Queen of Light, shall we?